Welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Join hosts Dan Melnick and Qasim Masood as they explore big ideas, limitless possibilities, and engage with visionaries, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders who dare to dream big, get inspired, motivated, and find practical tips for personal growth. Think big, dream bigger, and ignite your potential.
Welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim, and our guest today is Marcel. So Marcel, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, tell us where you live and what you do.
Hey Dan, thank you for having me. So I'm all the way from Europe, Romania more exactly, the land of Transylvania, if that rings a bell to my American friends out there. I've been born here and living happily in Romania. What I wear many hats, but the most important one is CEO and co-founder of IntelliRank, or a marketing agency for Amazon sellers. And that's beating pretty much the whole day, so to speak, and it's a full-time job for at least for me. So yeah, I'm pretty involved into everything that's happening in first of all in the Amazon world, then with our own Amazon businesses, and then also with the agency. So yeah.
Awesome. So I guess in terms of your background, I'm kind of curious, like, how did you even get into Amazon in the first place?
Well, I am with IT, so I started with IT since 1996, since, dial-up and everything like that. I've been into servers back then, Linux for that matter. Was introduced to Windows later on, and from that moment on, I knew that this is the way, like, the Mandalorian saying. And so everything started with IT, but in time, IT is related to internet, is related to technology, is related to everything in between. So I've been juggling and tackling a lot of websites and a lot of, potential businesses in the past. I've been an entrepreneur without knowing that I was an entrepreneur back then. And just to paint a picture, back in 2000, I was knocking on businesses' doors back in my home city here in Romania. And, I learned a little bit of HTML, just enough to make a nice website, a nice page, actually, front page back then. And I was trying to make an extra, let's say, Romanian currency just by creating them an online presence. And the people back then were like, "What, online? I don't need to be online. I'm selling everything here." So fast forward like 25 years into the future, or even less, people are mostly spending their time online and selling everything online. So that's how everything started. Amazon came with my corporate life. I was in a corporation, and two of my friends were, "Hey, there's this course in Romania. It's teaching you how to launch your product on the Amazon marketplace." And I have this little what's it called? Yeah, like a light ball here that it lit up on my side, and I was like, Amazon. All right, let's look into it. So basically, I didn't join the course. I just started digging into YouTube and took all the content available back then. That was in 2016. And that's how everything started. Started my own brand with a friend, with my best friend as a partner. It went sideways in terms that we failed. The first product failed. We lost a lot of money in the process. But I saw potential, and I, picked myself up, went to the bank, got in debt, got some more money, and launched more products. And fast forward to today, proud that I took that action. So this is how it led to today investing and working with and for Amazon. So
That's awesome. So I guess in terms of the way that you work with your clients, like, what are your clients mostly in Romania or in the US? And I guess, like, how do you help your clients? Like, what do you do for them?
So most of our clients are in the US. Our footprint is mostly in the US. We're attracted by the US. I don't know why, but we've attended a lot of conferences in the US, more than we've attended in Europe. But now we're also tapping into Europe as well. But we started the other way around. So Romania, not so many sellers anymore here. No more courses available here, which is not spawning any more sellers, or at least they're hidden, or they're trying to go beyond just to get a hold of education and good materials to help them in the business. But mostly we are tapped into US. What we do, we started with organic help in terms of ranking, organic ranking for the Amazon products through product testing. That's one service that we have developed over the years. And we also have the PPC. So that's pretty much like the paid version of the ranking. We're tackling both sides, organic and sponsored. And yeah, at the end of the day, our goal is to help them, the sellers, with the marketing. So marketing also involves not just the ranking, because yeah, at the end of the day, it's very important to look at what you're selling, at the main image, the entire listing, the SEO part, and also tackle the A plus content. And at the end of the day, you have to have a good listing that sells, and then invest into PPC. So we're slowly helping with all the A/B testing, with all the, we also like Amazon posts, which is the next level social media, let's call it, within Amazon. So I'd say marketing on the Amazon platform is what we eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
That's awesome. So in terms of where somebody comes in to engage you guys, is it usually more so people who are just getting started and just launching their product, or are they kind of like a bit more established? Like, where is kind of like the best fit for someone to partner with you?
I'd say it's a mix. We have from both sides. We have also people that are just starting up and we are helping them, so that's not a problem. But the majority are 6 and 7 figure sellers, so we're tapping more into that. But again, we're also helping, because I remember back in the days, yeah, we didn't have a lot of information back then. So back in 2016, 2017, Helium 10 was just starting up, so we were gathering the data, but even so, we didn't know how to use it properly. So yeah, we're also trying to educate people. We are trying to put up educational materials through our newsletter. We are sending emails twice per week, educational, all content. So nothing, no fuss, no bad information there, I'd say. And yeah, we're trying to get aboard as many people into this big boat that's the Amazon right now, because yeah, we're not expecting a flood, but it's a good ride, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's also, Amazon has become like a very competitive space. And for people that are just jumping in right now, what do you kind of recommend for them? Or like, what do you look for to actually be successful as a seller on the Amazon platform?
That's the $1 million question right there, Dan, and I love it. So I'd say, first of all, you need a little bit of capital. Without capital, you cannot do anything. But from my experience, I'd say the best investment you're going to make in this life is in yourself. I look at my journey and I look at how I've evolved, and I'd say that, there's a saying I saw it in a Romanian, let's say, I don't know, it was a type of commercial. So businesses don't fail. Only people get tired of, fighting for them. So it's always within the entrepreneur's job to take the business to the next level. Change, A/B test, maybe adapt to whatever's coming your way. It's always about tackling. It's about learning new ways of improving your product and improving, or just cutting the law. Sometimes you don't have to be attached to your product. So it's a continual process. But the number one asset you will have in your business, it will be you and your mindset. So always invest into that and try to be as, let's say, up to date with who you are. That's how everything started. I tend to talk sometimes too much about this, but I always try to focus within this space, whatever's happening in this space. Everything else is good to watch, is good to, just pick up some information from the outside. But inside, what's happening inside, once we're aware of that, once we're who we are, of what's going on with the processes, it's picking up into what's happening with the business as well. Because if you're frustrated, if you think that people's gonna, I don't know, give you bad reviews and you're all that way, guess what's gonna happen? Exactly that.
Right. Do you think that, I mean, I know things were different, even 10 years ago, but do you think there's too many people out there that think it's, something that's super easy and does not require that much work? And even from that standpoint, like how much work is actually required for people that might have like a full-time job right now, but want to do Amazon? What does that breakdown kind of look like?
Or yeah, depends again on let's say, on the person itself. But if you do have a full-time job, I started as a full-time job and also build up Amazon and also build up the agency in parallel. So I was able to do that. So I just think it's possible if you're made for it. Other than that, I guess it's just about having a good direction it's possible. So you can definitely do it. It's available out there. I am a struggler. So whatever I learned in my life, I learned through troubleshooting. So I wouldn't say it's easy, but for some people, it may come easy. Now, what I've seen, again, it's part of what my journey has put in front of me. I've seen people be successful at first. So, launching their first product, being there on Amazon, selling it all out in a very non-competitive niche. And, then when they brought in the second stock, like the second more stock to sell on Amazon, a lot of competition came in and they didn't know what to do. Because, the first time was so easy that everything just went past them. They thought, okay, great opportunity. Amazon is working. It's perfect. Okay. But how you do it and how you adapt to change and how you have to learn the process. This is a business. It's not a get, rich scheme or I don't know, something get rich fast scheme. So you have to invest on it. You have to think of it where you are right now, where you want to be in 5 years, where you want to be in 10 years, give or take, even though Amazon might make that hard for us sometimes with predictions and all the changes in fees and everything that's happening. But yeah, we have to adapt to it somehow. No other way around it.
Yeah. And then in terms of sellers, right? Because you were saying that obviously most of your clients today are here in the US, but what does the difference kind of look like for people that are selling here versus Europe, for example?
In US, from my perspective, I'm also a seller in the US, apart from everything. So I like to sell abroad in the US because first of all, it's easier, less accounting jobs and less stress. In Europe, you need VAT, you need a lot of things, you need to tackle a lot of compliance, whatever they want to do it there. So for me, I find it too complicated. I like, the easy, straight way path to take. And for me, I'd say that, and when I was mentioning clients are in the US, some of them and majority of them are within US, but we also have clients abroad that are selling on the US. Like myself, for example, I'm a client in Romania, but I'm selling in the United States on the US marketplace. So it's easier and yeah, it's a bigger marketplace, the biggest one. Yeah, we cannot contest that. But yeah, for people, they usually start wherever it's easier for them. If I were to start now from day one, I'd do the same thing. I'd go with the US first. I'm not going to everything that's the headaches of European marketplace, even though these headaches, if you have the right contacts, can be mitigated. And if the market allows, you can definitely get a good market share out of for your own product within Europe. So I do encourage people to explore and expand to Europe. And yeah, why not? But for myself, I tend to look at things differently. Don't take me as, let's say, the best role model for this one.
What about other markets like Canada or like Australia, for example?
I wouldn't say I never tapped into those. I tried Canada. I tried sending stock there, but yeah, a lot of other issues happened on my journey, and I ended up selling from the US everything without actually sending. So I'm sending all the stock in one place in my example. I'm not trying to send in multiple warehouses, even though, like I said, Amazon is making it hard, and keeping an IPI score is also a challenge for Amazon sellers out there to be also competitive, to have enough inventory and not pay too much on excess inventory fees. That's one thing. Yeah.
I'm just saying, yeah, I mean, it definitely goes to show you, right? I mean, yeah, like in the US, like, and I've had these conversations before with other people. I mean, we're a big market and it's just, there's not as much red tape, right? Like, to go from state to state, there's no regulation. And on Canada, even to ship, across provinces in some aspects, there are some restrictions and regulation on top of like in Europe, right? Like you're dealing with like a lot of different countries, different languages, different regulations. So it definitely gets very confusing and very complicated very quickly.
Yeah. You just need the right partners, the right tools, the right, to go by. But yeah, again, it's a matter of preference. We do have, for example, in Europe, we have manufacturers here which prefer to start on the US marketplace, on the German marketplace, then to slowly go on the UK and then tackle all the other marketplaces. Why? Because they're already established. They have big companies here already selling on retail. And for them, it's just another selling channel. It's not a lot of complication for them to tap into that. So yeah, they have different mindset, I'd say. which is good.
What are some of the biggest trends that you're seeing right now within the Amazon ecosystem?
Well, I'd say the Amazon is definitely changing every day. That's what I see. They're improving a lot of things. So in terms of PPC, I've seen also AI videos coming up. So they were presenting this bit at Accelerate 2024. So back in September last year, they were talking about it, that it's going to come. They are implementing a lot of AI things. One thing I can say about Amazon is gonna go into AI all the way with Rufus and everything that's happening, and we're gonna see a lot of AI into Amazon. Also, expect a lot of let's say hiccups, because in the history of AI, but at least what we have until now, there has been a lot of problems at first and even on the road. And what I see as a problem in the future would be to actually get a hold of the right person, the human person, to fix problems. If everything, and I don't know, hopefully Amazon will not go that path. If everything will be handled through AI, it will be through systems, it will be very, very difficult to overcome even the slightest errors that the AI will do. So if an AI will decide badly for you, and that would mean maybe closing your listing, or God forbid, closing your account, reinstating it will take a lot of time because of AI being in control. But again, Amazon is tackling AI and trying to get it aboard. I've seen the talk about it. We're seeing it also implemented in everyday life. And I guess in terms of this is the negative side. In terms of the good things, let's say, we're looking at good opportunity for business. And I like to think of Amazon like the biggest marketplace. Sometimes I look at it as a good startup, because, Amazon is just one channel of actually selling your products. If you have good products, going beyond Amazon and selling even on Walmart or on your website, that's the key. Do not just rely on this one channel for survival, even though there are people that are making a lot of money only solely through Amazon, which is very good. But on the long run, I strongly believe that having your own website, having and building your own email list, that's the key. We've seen over the years accounts for example, with Instagram, that are being just shut down for stupid reasons, and reinstating them takes longer than you would think it would take. And the whole idea that you want to own a business, and now we're talking from the entrepreneurship part, owning a business means owning your store, owning your inventory, owning your customer, having everything within, let's say, your courtyard. Right now with Amazon holds the keys to whatever you think you have as a business, and hopefully, they will not close it from the inside. That's what everyone is hoping for.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity on Amazon still. So I guess in terms of for your business, right? I mean, we're about to wrap up Q1 here of 2025. So what are some of your biggest goals and objectives for the rest of this year?
Oh, we have a lot of them. We are slowly, scaling the business. That's part of it. So, in terms of personal business, launching more and more products, we have also brands within let's say, the Amazon space under the agency. So we're looking into a lot of work, expanding the team. That's also part of it, and participating in a lot of conferences. That's also the best part of being an entrepreneur, getting to travel, to meet great people like you, Dan, for example. Hopefully, we'll definitely meet somewhere in the world sometime. And why not enjoy the rest of the business trip, because whenever we travel, we tend to expand our stay, especially in the US, and make the most out of it. So
That's awesome. Yeah, that's super cool. So I guess in terms of your career, being in Amazon, if you could go back in time to before you started being in the Amazon ecosystem, or, being an entrepreneur, what is the one biggest piece of advice that you wish you knew?
Well, that's a tricky question. Just to go, I tend to think where you're coming from, but I just want to say that I wouldn't change a thing. Anything that I might change would take me somewhere else that I am today. Could be good, could be bad, never know. But I guess my only advice for myself would be to just keep at it. That's the only thing that matters. And through my experience, if I've done anything right in my journey so far, it's that I've been relentlessly, I hope that's the correct term, consistently persistent. So I see the path, and when it's set into my head, I just follow it. I know there will be winds, there will be hurricanes, there will be sunny days, there will be everything down that path, but I just know that's the path. So I guess that's how I see it in my perspective.
Well, that's good advice. So if somebody watching this wanted to work with you or wanted to reach out to you, do you mind sharing your website or social media? I guess best ways to get in contact.
Well, Marcel Marculescu on social media, pretty much all of them, and intellirank.info, that's our website for the agency. So if anyone wants to reach me out directly, I guess marcel@intellirank.info. That would be the straight email. Let me know. Yeah, let's have a chat.
So thanks so much for your time today, and yeah, we'll be in touch.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. Have a good one.